Today I'm going to share with you some brand new smart home features that you can add to your home. Now, I found a bunch of these. I think they're exciting and I've added them already to my home in almost every case. But I'm going to start with smart lighting on this brand new Neon Rope Light 2 from Govee. They've added this really interesting feature. Now, the reason that you're seeing these types of smart lights go out is because you can design anything you'd like. Now, my son and I put this up together. He decided the whole pattern, and Govee's app allows you to use this mapping feature in it to make sure that all of the effects that they give you are displayed correctly. But they've added this other AI feature. Now, it's called Lighting Bot, and I don't see this anywhere else in the industry today. Inside of their new product, it's called AI and then Lighting Bot. Now, you can also upload images, but this Lighting Bot is a chat bot that you can just chat with and request different things. So I'm gonna hold the talk and just say, hey, I'd like an effect for Spider-Man the movie.
I recommend a dynamic, web-like lighting effect that will make you feel like swinging through the city like Spider-Man himself.
Now, that's actually an option for me to save the effect to the app, and then I can go and apply it to other SwitchBot products. That's really exciting because not every product from them has this AI generation utility with it yet. Now, what's really neat about this is, what if I don't like it? Can you slow down the effect for me?
I have decreased the speed of the lighting effect.
So now I have an effect that I actually like, and this was all done for me. I can save it, I can go apply it to other things in my home. I've got all kinds of Govee lights around, and all of this is really exciting if you're just hunkering down to do a little Netflix and chill. Hello Automators, thanks for tuning in again. I'm Brian from Automate Your Life, and my goal on the channel is to save you time and money on your journey to live smarter. So if you like that idea, hit the subscribe button now. But let me introduce you to a brand new lock from the folks at SwitchBot. It's called SwitchBot Lock Pro. Now, this is a retrofit smart lock, which means to you, you don't have to replace all the physical keys you have in your home today to open your door lock. But I want to point out some of the most amazing features that are coming with this new lock that you can pre-order today. Now, number one, the emergency fingerprint and the emergency passcode settings. And what this is you designate either a certain finger on one of your hands or your kid's hands or your spouse's hands as an emergency one, or you designate a certain PIN code as an emergency one. Then when that is used to unlock this door lock, everybody who has the app on their phone gets an emergency notification that someone in your home needs help. I think this is such an important thing for a modern family to have, and I love having this. If your hands are full, or maybe you have some hand dexterity issues, I love this quick key feature. So mine is a double tap on that button, and you can configure it as a single tap if you'd like. And you can configure it to only lock or unlock the door. So if you only want a certain thing to happen, you can do that, or you can have it do both like I have. And you know, I just operated this battery doorbell a bunch of times, but I'm not really worried about battery power. And I think this is a really important improvement to smart door locks in general. Now, the battery power behind this lock, it's 4 AA batteries, but SwitchBot is selling a rechargeable dual battery pack. Now, what that means is you're gonna put the 2 pieces of it into your door lock here. When one side of it dies and needs a recharge, you're gonna pull out that side, and the other side will continue to power this door lock. And therefore, you'll end up with a battery door lock that has infinite power. I love that, and I wish every maker would do something like this. I know a lot of people have become disenchanted with like voice assistants and smart displays, but Amazon continues to release new ones, whereas Google and Apple really aren't making a lot of improvements. Amazon just released the new Echo Hub, and this has a couple of new features on it already. When you walk up to the screen today, it'll bring up this interface automatically, and it takes you to the home page where you have a number of things that you want to deal with on a regular basis. But they've added this routines page. Now what this is a list of your routines that you've created. So these are automations that run. And you know, for these ones over here, when indoor air quality reaches a certain level, I want to turn on a air purifier. But you can see I just tapped on that and I'm playing that routine. Here I have two routines that I've created called I need 2 minutes or I need 5 minutes. And these start custom timers with visual effects on smart lighting that take place and fill up as you run that timer.
2 minutes, starting now.
So Amazon's just started this 2-minute timer, and my lighting from Govee or Aqara, those can both do this visual movement across that fill up the light strip or fill up the device as this timer runs. And at the end, I still hear from Amazon's Echo Hub that my timer is over, and I can put up specialized effects with those special lights.
Your 2-minute timer is done.
For those of you using Samsung SmartThings, most of you should now be able to get Samsung's new map view inside of the application. You saw the little icon I hit, and now we can do 3 things to create our map view. I think the simplest one is just to arrange rooms and walls. Samsung walks you through the development of this, but all of the different rooms that you have set up inside of Samsung SmartThings app are how you will arrange things. Each time you want to add a room, all you're doing is grabbing it from the bottom and then you can stretch it. Now when you get to the edges of the map, just set the room down. So I'll show you here with our entryway, and then it expands the map out further. Anytime you want to add a new floor, here's how you're going to do it. And again, you can decide which method you want to use with each of the different floors. Anytime you've added different floors, you can also edit the names of them. And of course, you can drag to rearrange things. So as you come to finish your map layout, you're going to get lots of notifications that, hey, we might not have been able to put all of the devices inside of a room, but once you're done, you can add unplaced devices anytime later. And what you come out with at the end of this is a full map to control your smart home off of. Now, when you're in your map and you're controlling your different devices, each one, you can tap on each one and then you can control it individually. But you also have some filters at the bottom. So number one, you can move around quickly like that. But these filters right here, if I just choose lighting, now I just get lighting. And when I tap on a room itself, I get only the lighting devices. Or I can go to all devices, and when I'm tapping on a room, I'm getting summaries from temperature and humidity sensors. You can also switch to the 3D mode, and of course you can move these devices around the room to sit where they should. It's even more comprehensive than this. I'm just giving you a quick look here because you can add components in your home, like all your different tables, furniture, even plants, things like that. So there's just a ton here that you can do with Map View and SmartThings. Now I kind of have a boring smart light back there. I've got a couple of nice, smart bulbs in here, but I wanted something a little more permanent in my home, and I've been looking at the new Aqara Ceiling Light T1 Am. The reason for that is a couple of new features that you're going to be able to use with it. Now, first off, all my lights in my home, they are temperature controlled, and the Aqara ceiling light T1M is the same, which means you can change the color of white lighting to mimic the sun. So you can kind of change that throughout the day. It's a really important feature for sleep patterns, circadian rhythm. I've been using it for years, very beneficial, and that's the inner light on the T1M. But around the outside is an RGB addressable light. Now, that addressable word, that means that you can change and put different colors on all the different segments around the light. It also means you can leave some of those segments off. Now today, I'm actually using an Aqara light strip, which has exactly the same features as this ring around the light, to tell my kid when he can and can't answer the door through facial recognition at our video doorbell. So when people come up that we know, that light strip turns green, he knows he can answer the door. When people come up that he doesn't know, it turns red. This is a very important thing for the safety of my family, and I think a lot of people are going to want a feature like that on a permanent fixture in their home. Some of these new features don't require a lot of explanation, but they're still exciting to add to your home. So let me rapid fire some of these new ones at you. The Ascender is finally on Kickstarter, and they are definitely funded. Now, this is a robot vacuum that can go up and down your stairs, and they're talking about 40% off during the Kickstarter. Now, this would be a huge change for many of you who have a robot vacuum today. So if this actually works, it's going to be a big deal. This is just starting to roll out in the UK and may just stay a test for a long time, okay? But it looks as though Google is rolling the Nest Aware subscription, Fitbit Premium, and even their new AI voice assistant Gemini into the Google One subscription. Now, you do have to be at a certain level to get all of those different things included, but I'm hoping this rolls out to North America very soon, because it would mean many of you would instantly get access to the full use of your Google devices. IKEA's released 3 new sensors that work with their smart home hub that I like to call the didgeridoo. Of course, they're very inexpensive sensors. I picked up the Valhorn motion sensors, but IKEA has started to enable what is called the Matter Bridge feature in a beta that they're running on their system today. You can go look for that online, maybe sign up and then get your IKEA Didgeridoo hub connected locally. And that means you wouldn't need the internet for those integrations. It's a big improvement in Matter, and one of the reasons that's so important. Now, we spoke a little bit about Amazon earlier in the video, but if you hadn't noticed, there's been a pretty big rework of their application. Still got some distance to go, but today on the main page, there's now these sets of icons. You can customize them in terms of what order they show up in, and then you can tap into any of those to get pretty quick control of most of your smart home. That's an important development because the Amazon app is a little slow. This one affected my smart home directly, and I really like it. Now, I had reviewed these Tapo wire-free mag cams a while ago. I know a lot of you watched that video. Now, they're performing really well. They did great during the Canadian winter, even though they are battery powered. They perform much better than many of my counterparts from Ring and Google, but they didn't used to work in Samsung SmartThings, and it seems now that Tapo has gotten that integration working. These are automatically added because I had connected that service to SmartThings, and now I can do quite a bit in terms of automation over there. For those of you using Home Assistant, 2024.3 has a nice new energy dashboard and a drag and drop feature for the editing of your mini dashboards. These are nice ways to work with your home, but for the drag and drop editing feature, you'll need to make sure that you select section as the type of dashboard when you go to create it. This is the new Drio air purifying tower fan, which means it's an air purifier and a tower fan. Now, why I'm talking about this one is because I've never seen an air purifier without that fan component having to run at the same time. Now, this thing has dual motors, so there's 2 motors on it, one for the purifier, one for the fan, and while you can run both at the same time, you can also turn off that fan entirely and it's almost entirely silent. In fact, it only adds 2 decibels of sound running at full air purifying power. This is an incredible smart feature on a pretty good smart home product already. If you want to see that, check out our comparison of it versus the Dyson Purifier Cool TP07. That link is down below. It's a great comparison of a much more expensive product versus this new. If you use Homey Pro, well, there's a new climate control segment. Now, you can go in, look at it from a whole home perspective, but for any of your zones, you can go in, see the different sensors related to temperature and humidity. And if you have a thermostat, you can adjust it right there. Now, before I get to the last new feature, which I think is one of the very best ones, I have to take a moment to thank all of our channel members. You guys continue to support us on Automate Your Life and you make it possible to make these videos. These guys get early access to our videos. Sometimes they even get member enhanced versions of our videos too. So thank you to you all, and I hope you'll have a look at our sign up page. This is one of my favorite features in my smart home today. We're going back to the Amazon Echo Hub for this, but it can be done with Echo Shows as well. Now, with the right cameras and the right configuration in Amazon's Miss A app, you can get 4 cameras up on screen anytime someone's coming up to your home, has rang your doorbell, or any other scenario you want to dream up. You can keep those cameras on that screen for as long as you'd like, and you can even get exactly the right 4 cameras up on screen every time. Now, our audience has absolutely loved this video. That's on screen right now because it's an effective way to monitor your home and to keep it secure. So check that out. Otherwise, thanks for watching today, and of course, live smart.